Hello and welcome to this guide for arguably the hardest boss in the game, the Needle Witch. Similarly to the Birdcage Witch, this boss revolves around burn. She will launch as a counter-attack whenever she is attacked by a burning character, so bring someone with ailment removal to the fight. She will also put up a barrier that reduces break gauge depletion, destroy or remove it before using your breaker. Her abilities say that she acts twice on even-numbered turn but she actually doesn't. I don't know if it's the boss or the description that is bugged. On top of her ability to counter burning characters, the more characters are burning, the stronger her skills will become. Her skill is also a guaranteed burn, so you can't even try to just use a defender and hope you don't get burned too much. She reapply her barrier every 3 turns, which is more than enough time to break it and deal a good chunk of damage to her break gauge. The fight and battler difficulty is the exact same but with more resistances, so there's nothing more to say about it. As long as your characters are sufficiently upgraded and you can remove the burn, the fight is not that hard. You can also use IM to remove the barrier instantly and make the fight even easier. Things get way more complicated in Nightmare for a simple reason: she deals a ton of damage and attacks twice per turn. She can easily kill one of your character in a single turn even if they're fully upgraded if you don't use a defender. She also gets a massive attack buff when her barrier is active, so removing it is the #1 priority. But the fact that you have to use a double sustain team, which means less damage, and the fact that she takes less damage from burning characters make destroying the barrier with brute force pretty difficult. Her burn skill can be insanely dangerous. It attacks 10 times randomly, so if you're unlucky and one character is targeted by too many hits, it can kill or damage them enough to get killed by the next attack. You need to have a shield active to protect your team so this doesn't happen. All her other skills are stronger the more member of your team are burning. They're not that strong if you can remove the burn before she uses them, but unfortunately, since she attacks twice per turn, she will often burn your team and attack in the same turn. She is also pretty fast and will act before your defender for most of the fight, including the first turn. She uses her burn skill the first turn, and unless all the hits are perfectly divided between you whole team, at least one of your characters will die on the following AoE attack. You can either reset the fight until you get lucky and survive the first turn, or use a character with action advance to pull your defender before the boss. It will also be really useful throughout the fight, so I really recommend you do so. Alright, let's sum it up. For this fight we need a defender, a healer with ailment removal, a support with action advance, and either a damage dealer or a character who can remove buffs to deal with the barrier. Any defender will do for this fight since they all have their own strengths, and nothing they do necessarily counter anything the boss is doing. Kokoro is obviously the worst one since she's a 4-star, but that's it. For action advance, the best choices are either Moemura or Hazuki. Mommy can't advance for the first turn, but she will be pretty good for the rest of the fight. Himika is the opposite. She can delay the boss after your defender for the first turn, but she doesn't delay enough to do it reliably for the rest of the fight. Ryra can only remove ailments with her special attack, which is a double-edged sword. You might not have enough MP when you need it the most, but you can use her special attack between the boss attacks. So if she burns with her first attack, you can activate Ryra's special attack before the boss use her second attack. I still think that Yuma is a better choice because you will need to remove a lot of burns, so being able to do it every turn is very valuable. As I said before, if you can deal enough damage to break the barrier every turn, you don't need a buff remover, but it's pretty hard to do so consistently. I think IM is the better choice out of the two. She can get her special attack easily, and she can remove the barrier before the boss can use her second attack, so the boss won't be able to use the attack buff of the barrier for the second attack. Any breaker will do for this fight, but Pluvia Madoka giving MP to your healer is a nice safety net. For the team we just want to bring a character of each category I presented. But as you can see, we don't have the space to bring both a damage dealer and a buff remover, so if your attacker can't reliably destroy the barrier, the best choice is to cut her out of the team. Running a no-attacker team will make the fight pretty long, but it's the safest way to do it. You can see both of these teams in action in the video I linked in the description. That's it for the video. If you have any question, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Goodbye and see you soon.